And now, Freelance Heroism presents Dragon Heist.
Hey everybody, welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Dees.
And I'm Rachel.
And before we even get started, I just want to take a second to say thank you to everyone who donates at our Patreon, in particular those who donate at the producer tier. Thank you so much. Rachel, would you like to let us know who they are?
I would love to. So, we want to say thank you to Duncan, Vox of Astora, Nate, Christopher Hildebrand, Breakmeister, Rebecca, Orient_Tiger, and Chris Sones. Thank you so much, you guys.
Yeah, thank you. We really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
You help us make a better show for everyone, so we really do appreciate it.
Yes.
Rachel.
Uh-huh.
What is your favorite type of movie? Like, not genre or anything, but be a little more specific.
So a type of movie that's not a genre?
Not just a genre. Like, you know how there's horror movies, but then there's like horror movies about like an emo ghost. Or like I like movies about lawyers, but I like movies about lawyers who just blatantly disregard the law. They're their own investigator and the lawyer and an action star in between scenes where they have like car chases and stuff.
Okay.
Like Perry Mason.
I haven't seen Perry Mason.
Well.
But I get what you're saying. I like kind of cheesy adventure movies where like there's cool action and, you know, explosions and people running around and stuff like that, but at the same time I really like if there's just like a cheesiness factor to it. Like,
what do you mean cheesy?
Like the 90s movie The Mummy.
I get it.
It's like yeah, that's sort of the perfect example. Like, I love that. Or like The Fifth Element. Like there's all this action and explosion stuff, but at the heart of it, you know, it's about like this alien woman who's like the most perfect being, and a cab driver has to like take her to the place to like sort of defend her and like take her to this place where she has to do a sort of ritual thing.
Right.
But there's just this like sort of
I know what you mean by cheesy.
Not exactly goofy, but just like a, you know,
like a silly nonsensicalness to it.
Yes, I really like that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not what I would have guessed.
What would you have guessed?
For you, I would have thought it was something like a horror movie with subtitles. like a horror movie about I don't know, like an old Victorian surgeon.
That sounds boring.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. I don't know. To me, that's the vibe I was getting. I was like, maybe like half historical melodrama, half like creepy horror.
No, cheesy action movies.
Okay.
That's what I like.
I'm surprised by that. I am. I don't know why. I am surprised though. I like political movies where everyone's way too ethical. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like overly ethical, like to the point where it's almost like a cartoon. I love that. I don't know. I like Aaron Sorkin stuff. I just love.
Yeah.
I love a movie where a news director is going to lose his job, but he's going to do the right thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that.
I like it because it's like porn for reality. Right? There's literally no one like that. You know what I mean? I love in West Wing when Toby would yell at the president. It's like my favorite thing.
It's like nobody would do that.
Well, yeah. I mean, you generally just try to be, you know, respectful and chill around the president, I would imagine. But just he's like so overwhelmed by responsible ethics, and he just has to lose his shit for a minute just to snap him back into reality.
Yeah.
Remember, I don't know why I like it so much, but I do.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm certain it doesn't happen. It's not real. You know what I mean? It's like watching Bugs Bunny like blow up Daffy Duck, and he's just singed, and then he just like kind of picks his bill up off the ground and walks off screen.
Right.
There's something, I know it's not real, but it's funny anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how this sort of feels to me. I know it's not real, but I like to roll around in it a little bit.
Right.
Oh, what if the world were like that?
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I turn on the news and I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh.
It's like a horror film.
Oh no.
They call it the budget slasher genre. I don't know what else. What'd you have for dinner yesterday? I want to ask because this will be funny. I don't even know what you had, and I know it's going to be funny.
Do you want to guess what I had?
I'm going to assume it's a depressing meal.
Okay.
It's probably like trying to think of something like a vegetarian base. What's a vegetarian base for a meal? I don't know. A bowl of spaghetti sauce with like 4 cheese taco blend sprinkled on top, and then like 1 big Brussels sprout in the center.
Wow. Okay.
Am I close?
No.
Okay, what'd you have?
So I had some fish. I had haddock, and I had steamed broccoli, and I had box mac and cheese, but not like the Kraft box. It was the Annie's, so it was like the kind of hippie mac and cheese.
Right.
It was really good.
Did you just get out of prison in Seattle? That sounds like the worst meal I've ever heard of. You use that?
I haven't.
Haddock, hippie mac and cheese. And what was the other thing?
Steamed broccoli.
Steamed broccoli.
Mm-hmm.
The worst kind.
Well, I read that steamed broccoli, it keeps the most nutrients out of like the other ways to cook broccoli.
I want those motherfuckers gone.
But
Ugh.
with the mac and cheese, I realized when I was at the grocery store the other day, I haven't had mac and cheese in years. I just never thought to get any for myself. And then I was at the grocery store, and I happened to walk by that section. I was like, hey, what if I had mac and cheese? I can do that.
What, you mean like it had never occurred to you?
Like it wasn't something that I normally bought, so I never really stopped in that section. Therefore, I never bought mac and cheese.
Your life is an enigma to me. I'm not 100% certain what's happening over there at any time. You decided to cook haddock, mac and cheese, and steamed broccoli. You were like were you trying to get like, tell me the thinking that went in to planning that meal. I'm just curious. Were you like, I got a fish and I got a box?
Well, I bought a head of broccoli, and I was like, I want to have some of that before it goes bad.
Right.
And I was like, I want to have
too late.
I want to have mac and cheese with this broccoli. And then I was like, well, I need a protein. I'm going to get some frozen fish. I'm going to have fish. And then my choices were either haddock or salmon. And I'd already had salmon like the other week, so I got haddock.
Right. How was it?
It was good.
Okay. All right. I had a triple Whopper with cheese.
Wow. A triple Whopper?
Yeah. Large onion rings and a large fry.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And it was a reasonable meal for me. Normally it's much bigger.
I could not.
You could.
That would be.
I mean,
that would
you
be
couldn't because you're physically tiny.
I could not.
You could. You could do it if you wanted to. You gotta grind it out. The thing is that there's a moment where you're like, oh, I'm full, but you're not. You gotta save time.
If your body's
hard one time,
if your body's telling you that you're full, then just stop and save the rest of whatever you haven't finished
I'm over talking my body over here.
You don't have to do that.
You eat one big meal.
Put your leftovers in the fridge and come back to them later.
It's arguably healthier than what you're doing. Eating multiple meals a day. Like a weirdo. You eat one big meal and then you coast through those calories the entire day.
I don't think that's how that works.
It does. You get calories and then you got to burn them off. And if you do it early, like when you first wake up, like I wake up afternoon generally. Mm-hmm. So like get one big meal. That's like a dinner meal, right? And you pound that. And then for the rest of the day, all the way through the night, everything like that, you're just coasting on those calories.
I don't think that's accurate.
That's how it works.
I think if you have just one big meal, then you're not really gonna burn those.
What do you think that you're only burn them for the first before an
I'm just saying, like a lot of it I think would get turned into fat, you know, and I don't,
because the fat is just stored energy. And if you eat one meal a day early on,
I'm not going to do that.
Burn off those calories.
I'm not going to do that.
That's the move right there.
I don't think that's the move.
And you can eat whatever you want.
I don't think that's true either.
It is true.
No, it's not.
Like you could just eat cake as long as you eat early in the day and then use
that's
it.
Not true. Don't.
It is.
No, it's not.
Guys, listen.
No, don't listen to him.
This is the Deist diet, all right?
No.
You wake up at 2:00 in the afternoon, right? You order a triple Whopper with cheese, no onions because you don't want to start your day off that way. But then you get onion rings because, you know, you've reconsidered. And then a large fry, and then you just, you know, pound the shit out of it like all at once, right? One sitting. Or you can order a pizza if that's more your thing and just eat all of it at once, right? So like you're power loading calories is what I'm saying.
Well, I think before you spread more incorrect food ideas.
It's not incorrect. I like this idea. It's mathematically sound. You put all the calories in you, and then you have all day to burn off those calories, as opposed to people who are like eating periodic meals throughout the day, which is constantly sending your body back to take in the calories, and then you got to burn them again. It's like, no, come on, man, just do it all at once. And then you got the rest of the day.
We're not going to agree on this. So let's go to this week's episode.
I'm curious. If anyone out there is a food scientist, let me know if I'm right. Because I think I'm right.
And let me know if he's wrong.
Well, no. Let me know if I'm wrong too, but just, you know.
All right, we're going to this week's episode. This is Dragon Heist, episode 21, Necromancing the Stone Dead.
Oh, I love this one.
I like how this is episode 21, and it's coming out on June 21st, 2021.
Ooh. Yeah. There's a 6 in there, but we'll just ignore that.
Yeah, we'll ignore that.
We'll ignore that one. Eat your burgers early, guys.
No.
Later. So, D-Walk, do you know where we are in the game?
Yes, I do.
Okay, doke. Where are we, level 3?
That is not on my notes.
God damn it. I swear to God, you guys are fucking with me again. Like the hit points thing.
I wish I was, dude.
We were talking about it, and you guys had your own hit points conversation, and you're like, we're not going to tell Deist, and then we'll tell him at the end of the game.
Happened.
After we beat Strahd, we'll tell him, and he'll be like, God damn it.
It's all one big conspiracy.
I make one blood pack with Bubba about Deist's HP, and fucking it goes crazy for the fucking season.
Oh, okay. Anyway. D-Walk, do you want to set us up for murder?
Yes. Now, last session we left off, you guys have dealt with the necromancer in the graveyards of Waterdeep. And in these, you defeated her. Now, it's not in my notes. I asked Rachel. She didn't have it in her notes. I can't remember if the artifacts if you guys gave them to the paladin that were in the bag that the necromancer was grave robbing, if you guys kept them. This is what's making me think I'm missing a sheet of notes from somewhere, because that's missing. The battle hatches from like last time are missing. So I'm not sure.
I know it was I think we played pretty late so I think we were all kind of tired around the end of the game. I do have that we found a bag with like some papers and other stuff in it, and we brought the body to Ambrose.
Okay.
I didn't put whether or not we also gave him the artifacts. It could have been that we were just all so tired that we wanted to kind of quickly wrap up.
Yeah, I don't remember the artifacts at all, so maybe we didn't even get read what they were.
No, I didn't read what they were. Because in the back of my mind, I'm like, I got to make a list of artifacts.
Well,
it came up today. I was writing things down. That's why I messaged her, and I was like,
yeah, I just have, it's a black bag of items from the graveyard, some papers with coded numbers for different mausoleums.
bag of goods.
We got 2 scrolls of Speak with Dead.
We had to be fucking tired. What the fuck does 15 stult on poop can?
15 stilt on poop can?
No, 15 stult, STALT, on poop, COAN. What the fuck was I writing?
Well, there's your name of the episode.
15 stout on poop can.
Oh, God. All right, cool. All right. But yes, you guys are in the City of Dead following the Paladin Ambrose Everdon down a set of stairs through the catacombs to the Half-Orc's body where it's kept. As you guys continue down a flight or 2 stairs, you guys reach this open tomb, and you see a number of sarcophaguses in the wall. You see 4 stone tables in the center of the room with drains and different tools that are set for preparing bodies for burial. Off on the side, you see a turtle in there as well, standing, darker green skin, almost black, almost a white beak, the shells on the back, clerical robes, a symbol of Kelvmore on his shoulder, and also a holy symbol hanging from his neck. He bobs his head down, just looking over at you guys as a sign of welcome.
How you doing?
I am well.
Good to know.
How are you?
I'm good.
That is well.
Does he look weird? Is there something about him?
Does he have like a really big grin, like from ear to ear?
No, he's just
up in a tree, puffing some smoke.
Nah, just like about a 5-6 foot tall turtle. Ambrose, the paladin that has been leading you guys down the stairs, looks over to the cleric. Brother Darkshell, we need to bring out the body of the half-orc from Xanather. They are requesting to speak to it. The turtle bobs its head and kind of walks down the hall. You guys got about 5 minutes before he comes back. Anything you want to do while you wait for him to bring the body back?
I want to look around this place.
So, we mentioned the 4 stone tables in the center of the room. You see the sarcophaguses around the room. You see the built into the wall ones as well. The tools on the tables, the drains.
He seems like a medical, like a person who preps bodies for funerals.
Yes.
So he's got a lot of, say, embalming and stitching and... Okay. I want to make some notes about his arrangement. And when he gets back, before we leave, I want to ask him some questions about where his outfitter is, who gives him rates on his gear.
All right. Anyone else?
No.
No, I'm gonna sit and wait.
So he comes walking back in with the half-orc's body in his arms and comes up to one of the stone tables and sets it there. He looks up, gives you guys a bob of the head, and just kind of ushers his way back down the hall.
Okay. I'm going to walk over to the body and investigate it. Medical check.
All right. It's been preserved. Go ahead and roll, but
18.
you can tell that they've been magically preserving it until they would embalm and bury it. It's been in there for a couple weeks since the or not a couple weeks, but it's been in there since the investigation has started.
Okay. Massive wounds on him.
Mainly from you guys.
Anything that would have been a mark or anything that would have been pre us meeting him?
You see a number of the Xanathar tattoos of the many eyes, different, on a couple different spots.
Okay.
On his ass cheek, you see owned by Xanathar.
Gross. How about on his head? They had to open him to take a lot of his organs out, I assume, to prep him. He still has all his brain and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, his brain's still there. Most of the inside has been removed, but
okay.
So.
All right. Well, preliminary checks out. It looks like it was killed by us.
The paladin hands you the scroll.
I'm gonna hand it to Ducky.
That's Speak with Dead.
To the Valley Duck.
If you guys need to find the way out, you guys talk to Croak. He'll get you back to the surface. I'm going to go take my place back in the City of Dead.
All right. Thanks for your assistance. I appreciate
Much obliged.
Thanks for dealing with the Necromancer. He turns around and begins to leave, leaving you guys alone in the room with the body and the scroll.
Okay.
Does this location look like it's well kept, or does it kind of look shitty, like a crypt?
Very clean, very well kept. The servants at Kelvmore they're not known for disarray. They're not known for dirtiness or anything like that. They keep their stuff pristine.
Okay. So once we cast this, it'll last for 10 minutes. We can ask it up to 5 questions. It's only going to know what it knew in life.
Can it lie?
Answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive, and the corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if we are hostile to it or it recognizes us as an enemy.
Okay, well then we killed it, so that might be a problem.
It can't learn new information and doesn't comprehend anything that has happened since it died and cannot speculate about future events.
What about Nate? Nate, you're a good liar, right?
I
don't know, you're a politician. I just assumed you were a good liar.
Yes. How very stereotypical of you there, Mr. Kavir. No, I am somewhat deceptive. I would not say it's my greatest quality, but I can
Princess?
be. Yeah, I
Princess
can.
Ducky?
Yeah.
Are you good at lying?
I have a +2.
I have a +3.
Quick. Tell me that I'm the most impressive person you've ever met, and I'll believe whoever. Or like, I know this is a lie. Then I'm going to judge your ability. What if we dressed someone up, like in a robe, and you told them you were an angel or something like that? You were here to judge.
We said that there was a set of cleric's robes, right, hanging up when we came in. Did I hear that correctly?
The cleric's vestments were on Croak.
Oh,
but you can easily see he has a cloak around. He did leave some clothes in the room.
okay.
It's not hard to find a set of vestments in a Temple of Kelvmore, pretty much on the City of Dead.
Right. Well, I suppose if we put together a makeshift disguise, I don't know if that would mean that we would need to. Would it just be an initial deception roll, effectively, to hide our identity?
I'm going to look at my armor, and I'm going to look at you guys and be like, I've never been very good at disguises.
What if we put on some robes and we just pull the hoods down? And
That
then
sounds like as good a plan as any.
we'll turn the lights really low so it's all shadowy.
You guys do your thing. It's like I'm gonna wait out here. I'm gonna walk and sit down on the stairs. I'm like 6'7". No one's gonna. I'm wearing fucking armor. I'm not gonna be able to throw a cloak on and make that believable.
Okay.
Fair point.
All right. Well, I
well,
want to dress up in robes and pretend to be a priest. That sounds fun.
Yeah, doesn't it?
That sounds professional.
I'm just saying that it's very funny. Kabir is like never been good at disguises. I'm gonna let you guys handle the investigation. I'm gonna be sitting on the staircase waiting for you guys to get back to me.
All right. Well, I suppose I will join Adri in securing some sort of robed disguise.
Okay.
Now, whoever casts the spell, is that the one that has to answer the question or ask the questions, or can anyone ask a question once the spell has been cast?
As DM, if he hears a question, the dead will count it as a question.
Hey guys, what's going on in there? I'm answering questions. What questions?
So to find the robes, you're probably gonna have to fall cloaked down the hall, back to a chamber to get a couple.
Okay. Is this something we need to ask him for, or something we can just borrow?
Your choice. You can, just pick him up off a bench or something around him, or you can ask him nicely. Your choice.
How would his god feel about us pretending to be priests? What do I know about?
Kelvmore is a neutral god.
Okay.
Gods have to accept forgiveness.
He
They don't have to.
is one of the few that actually was human first.
Okay.
He dates back to the time of troubles. For
Well,
those of you outside there, that's second edition.
Yeah. Well, I'm typically more of the beg for forgiveness versus ask for permission type. So yeah, I think maybe we just secure these and get the job over with before anybody comes back. I think it would be a little odd for us to engage.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna find some robes that are left out.
All right.
And
as you head down the hall, you find two rooms, right or left?
Left.
All right. As you go in the left room, it's a dark room. You see a couple spots where you guys can light some candles. You do see cloth for wrapping. You do see some extra tools. You do see some cloaks. You do see blankets. You also see something that has a sheet draped over it in the corner.
I immediately go over to that and lift up the sheet to see what is underneath.
You find a mirror, silver.
Oh no.
With red jewels embedded in it around it.
Oh, shit balls.
Oh no.
Let's do that early. Let's get it out. Let's get it out of the way early.
This is weird that they have this in here.
I didn't
you
see
it.
Thank God.
Do you look into it at all?
Yeah, I would.
Do I recognize what this is before she has a chance to do that?
You weren't a freelancer at the time.
No, I know, but I'm just I'm a little taken back by her willingness to
look at a mirror.
It's just a mirror.
Just to start. No, I'm talking about we've come in here looking for something specific, and she's like, "Ooh!" and she just starts like,
I want to see I wanted to see what was underneath the sheet.
I know.
You don't recognize the mirror.
Okay.
You're not sure what
then
it is.
I'm just like, okay. Well, apparently she needs a hair check.
In the mirror, you see an armored version of yourself.
I look cool in armor.
What do you mean you look cool in armor?
Just
you see it look really
I guess at that point I will like step behind her to see what she's looking at because I'm a complete and total idiot.
You see a different version of yourself. You see a version of yourself a little dressed a little fancier, a jeweled sword at your hip. Almost like a crime boss.
Somebody should really get me from the staircase so I could have a cool thing as well. Somebody go get me from the stairs. Right now.
I'll go.
Miss Adri, let's
yeah.
make a pact right now never to tell Mr. Kavir about any of this.
Boy,
I
that'd
want
be
to
a
see.
bummer.
I want to see what his outfit is, though.
It's gonna be Eat It Joe's. I have a sign. I spin with a little arrow on the front.
I'm gonna stick my head out of the room, like Kavir.
Ching, 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 ching. What?
Come here, and I'm gonna just like grab him by his shoulders, and then just like steer him over to the mirror.
I know I'm attractive. What? I'm gonna look in the
In
mirror.
the mirror, you see yourself in a black coat with a purple eye on the side.
A purple eye. I think this mirror is broken.
Give me a perception check, Kavir.
Oh, hey, 19.
You almost think it actually notices you.
Notices.
Like the mirror reflection of you, actually the eyes like zero in on you like, wait a minute.
I'm gonna dash out of the way of the mirror.
All right.
Nate.
What do I see when that happens?
Nobody else noticed or saw themselves do it. Just Kavir.
Well, I mean, I don't even, but I'm not perceptive enough to see that he and his mirror doppelganger lock eyes. I just see him step in front of the mirror and then immediately jump back out of the way. I assume his mirrored counterpart does the same?
Yes.
Something wrong?
No, I'm good.
I'm back in front of the mirror. Just like, I look like a knight. Isn't that cool?
Your image is back to what you are now.
Oh.
And I assume I'm the same.
Yes. You guys all return back to who you are.
Well,
Did you get a vision, Nate?
His name is Rain Trichet.
Rain, sorry. What did you see, Rain? Trichet. Tricky. Tricky weather.
Well, I think I saw pretty much the same thing you all did. We were dressed a little different. I was a little fancier. Not that I'm not fancy enough as it is, but had a nice suit on with a jeweled sword at my hip and
a nice pinky ring.
Yeah, I looked quite dashing, if I do say so myself, for a moment anyway. I'm not sure what happened with you with the purple eye and everything like that. That was a little weird.
We should take this.
How big is it?
It's a full body mirror, Jeff.
Yeah, it's about 6 foot.
And how do you propose we get it out of here without anybody noticing?
Does anyone have feather fall in a window?
Not fucking again.
To borrow something from my universe, is anybody willing to keister this?
Oh, God. Last time we shoved the artifact up that ass, fucking it worked.
Oh, no.
Well, Mr.
The mirror colon universe? Gross.
Bro, I'm going to have to write a whole new universe.
Oh, no. Well, do you think we could ask them if we can have this mirror as, like, payment for taking care of their necromancer problem?
I believe the payment for the necromancer taking care of thing was what we were supposed to be doing in the first place. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to ask, but I would not hold my breath to think they might be willing to heap this on top of what we already got.
What if we returned all the things in the bag?
And we should do that anyway.
Right, but then we could say, hey, here are these things we found. Isn't that good of us? We want the mirror.
Well,
we should...
sorry, this is the Raven. I mean,
we should give...
doing the right thing pays off.
We should give them the stuff anyway. Whether or not they would give us the mirror, we should give the looted items back.
Absolutely.
Well, yes.
I agree. This is the hardest character I've ever played. Yes. We should give them the things back because it's the right thing to do.
You really are Captain America. No, I I think if you want to go and ask and bat your eyes and give him that big puppy dog princess look of yours, maybe.
I look at Kavir like you should.
Yeah. I literally was going for that joke. I was like, I think maybe it might be smarter if someone else did it, but I'll give it a whack.
All right, fine. Go right ahead. Why don't I tell you what? If we're going to go in here and we're going to do this thing with the robes, why don't you go and ask?
Yeah, I'll talk to that guy while you guys do this.
Yeah. Kill two birds with one stone.
The bag?
I'm
holding my hand out.
I hand him the bag.
All right. Well, good luck with your, asking questions of a dead guy. Good luck.
Good luck on bargaining for the mirror.
Uh-huh.
Ask nicely.
I'm going to go in there and be like, I need to commandeer this mirror.
Ask nicely.
My hair is a state.
All right.
It's going to be fun.
Well, okay, so we went into this room originally looking for robes.
Wait, before we do that, can I do my part first, and then I can leave with the mirror, take it back to our place? And then while they're asking questions, we can meet up. That way it overlaps. I don't want to interrupt the questioning with, can I talk to you about a mirror?
You assume you're going to succeed in bargaining for this mirror.
I am.
Oh, okay.
There's a bunch of reasons I think that. One, hey, look at me, right? Of course I am. Two, D-Walk dropped an artifact in the middle of the game that we clearly have a linkage to. We're getting the fucking mirror. It's just how we get it is going to be the question.
It totally could be a MacGuffin just to fuck with you. I'm just going to throw that out there.
It's not going to, no. D-Walk's not going to do that. He's going to put a mirror in there, and then we're going to fuck with this mirror. It's happening.
Personally, I wanted to see if they broke it in the first 2 seconds.
No, of course not.
That would be Jake. Or Bubba.
Oh,
yeah,
great.
Jake
now a bunch of little tiny versions of us come out to kick our ass.
Yeah, Jake and Bubba would have broken in seconds after what the fuck happened to them last time. So.
All right, well, let me go talk to Dude, and then you guys can do the questions. And in the meantime, you can think up good questions to ask.
Yes. So our original plan was to come in this room looking for robes before the mirror sidetracked us. Do we actually find robes here, or do we need to go elsewhere? Okay, good.
No, yes, you do.
All right. I guess we'll take the robes. It's a good thing there's one there in an 18 petite and a 54 large.
Yeah, Adri's robe just drags across the floor.
The sleeves are completely past my hands.
Rains is close, but she gets this turtles thing on it. It just
folding up the sleeves.
Actually, she puts the hood over her head and it just goes all the way down to her chest.
It's like someone took a rope for a Wookiee and put it on Jawa and kicked it down the hall.
We go stumbling back down the hall, and she's just doing this the whole time and running into things.
What's the name of the guy from He-Man, the wizard? Shit.
Oh, God.
Was it He-Man or was it Thundercat? I can't
No,
remember.
you're right. He-Man. He-Man had the little with the red hat and the blue robe and the two eyes and the black. That was He-Man. Thundercats had Smurgle.
Orko.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I have my brains
all good
loose right now. Okay.
So they're heading back down that way, and you head off to the room where Dark Shell's at.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
Enter, please.
Thank you. I'm gonna walk in. What's the deal with that mirror?
Which mirror?
The one with the jewels on it. The one that makes you see different things.
He kind of looks at you odd as his head tilts. It worked for you.
Yes.
And he says it in a question.
It did work for me.
That mirror is cursed.
Ideally, we'd like to take it. We could make it an exchange for the goods, but it'd just be a better idea if you just maybe let us have it.
He kind of looks at you oddly. It creeps me out.
No, I completely understand that vibe that you're getting of being creeped out by something.
first different images of me in it. Then he came.
Who?
A little boy, 13.
I'm going to think about
image
all the
fractured, like looking through a broken window.
Why do you talk like a crossword puzzle?
How do you talk normal?
So we've established that you think that this is normal. Exactly. That's what I'm getting at as well. Okay. Here's the deal.
Fuck you.
I'm going to set the bag down. I'm not going to do an exchange, but we would really like to commandeer that mirror temporarily. My name's Kavir the Raven. It's nice to meet you. I have no
paperwork of it here.
You're going to have to just come right out and say, I can take it.
He nods.
He's just not gonna acquiesce to exactly what I tell him. You're gonna have to say it, and he nods. And I'm like, no, you have to vocalize it. He throws up some hand signs. No. You have to say it. He writes me out a bill of sale. Okay.
Go ahead and take it.
Okay. I'm going to take the sheet. I'm going to use the sheet too. I'm going to cover over it, pick it up under my arm. I'm going to walk back through the room they're in, and I'm going to say, got the mirror. I'm going to take this back to the manor. Is that all right with you? You guys think you can handle the questioning here?
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain we can. I thought you were going to have words about where Darkshell gets all his gear.
Well, unfortunately, I'll have to come back for that another time.
All right.
Sometime when I have 2 weeks off, so I can get all of his sentence done.
I'll make a mental note to try and see if I can get that information for him.
It's going to take a long time. I was like, this reminds me of a long story about when I first got into medicine. It was a foggy November afternoon.
I'll see if he'll write it down as opposed to speak it.
He's gonna write it slow. That would be so fucking great.
Yeah. No, otherwise that's fine. We'll meet you back at the house.
All right. I'm gonna mosey on out with my mirror. Just a man and his mirror hitting the town.
I imagine Adri's like, yeah, that's a good idea, and she's totally facing the wrong way and waving a big sleeve to it. Just grab her and turn her around.
Sorry, I gotta go hide this plot device for later.
All right. We'll part and we'll make our way back down to the morgue, as it were. All right, Miss Adri, work your magic.
Well, do we want to establish what questions we're going to ask?
Well, that might not be a bad idea. Yes.
So maybe, what does the Mind Flayer want?
That sounds good.
Where does it reside?
That's also good.
Favorite mac and cheese recipe?
Have you ever tried to make grilled cheese in a toaster?
Do you suspect any foul play? That joke's not going to make any sense because we left that part out. That was part of a pre-roll. Damn it.
Sorry.
Reference it 3 more times so she has to leave it in.
I'm going to use it as a Patreon blooper, although I don't know if it'll...
Yeah, but I won't carry.
Line up with this episode.
Yeah. All right. So those are 2 questions.
Should we ask anything about the Xanathar Guild, since he was working with them?
Yeah, let's see if he knows anything about. I'm trying to recall back from the last time we played. Seems like there was something going on. There was movements of materials in and out. And the Xanathars were doing something. This has to do with Adri's pirate boyfriend, and I'm seriously trying to remember. My
Yar,
mind is,
he loved the booty.
yeah.
Sex marks the spot.
a
Oh,
boat.
it shivers me timbers. Oh, man. My name's
Sorry.
Captain Jacket Sparrow.
Well, we know why they kidnapped or thought they kidnapped Raynor, right?
Right. There's a bigger picture here. I'm trying to go back to all the things that we touched base on at the big soiree. What else would we want to know here? Our whole target, everything that we wanted to ask this guy really did center around the mind flayer. So those are the two big questions. It's like anything else we ask would just be bonus, but I'm trying to think what we need to get or what we could get out of him that would be useful for something else. And my mind is just drawing a complete blank.
Does he have any hidden treasure that he wants us to retrieve for him?
How many questions did you guys already have?
2.
Wow, you got. God damn it.
What if? Okay.
Can I use that mirror to contact the other Kavir?
Do we want to ask? Like, what if we asked him what the Xanathar wants with Raynor, and maybe he'll have other information that we don't know?
Who did he directly answer to? Who is his direct superior?
Yeah. I
What
like
were
the
they
idea of
doing in that location.
Well, yeah, I kind of guess I had thought that might be implied by the information on the mind flayer, but
And also, what about his agents? Because they said he's going to answer simply, so you got to be real direct. What other agents are there in organizations that are not gang affiliated? So, like, who does he have agents in the guards, or does he have agents in nobles?
so basically we're just asking him to spill the entire Xanathar hierarchy.
Think of it like you're trying to give him a deal. You're trying to offer him like a leniency deal to get into heaven or hell. You should make that statement before you start asking questions, right? Like, this is your trial to determine the gate.
Don't think he's going to be motivated by that.
He's dead, trust me. That's the one time you are motivated by that.
Well, it can't speculate about future events. The spell doesn't return his soul to his body. It's only animating his spirit.
So his soul has already gone wherever it's going to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
He just has to answer the questions. I don't. I think our main goal in hiding our identities was just so he doesn't regard us as hostile, and this is a futile attempt.
Yeah.
I think between asking, where does the mind flayer reside? What is its plan? Why were they in that location? I think asking about other Xanathar agents, basically spill some names. That's 4 good ones. Let's just start with that and let's see what he says, and maybe a 5th one will come to us.
Okay. All right.
And I'd say at that point, robes go on and hoods are over and spells ready to go.
Okay. Do I have to roll anything to cast this, or
Just go ahead and read it.
okay? Pull up the sleeves of my robe and cast the Speak with Dead.
As you cast the spell, you guys can feel the air begin to swirl around, and cold breeze begins to blow as almost a translucent ghost sits up from where the body was sitting. and turns to face you guys. And you see the spirit of the half-orc sitting where his body is laying. Looks over. This isn't hell.
No, son. No, it is not. Is that what... If that's what you were expecting, I'm sorry to disappoint you.
I vaguely remember being in Alvernus.
That doesn't sound very appealing. Perhaps there's a way we could reverse that for you.
He motions you to continue.
We want information, so we're going to ask you some questions. And depending on how you answer them, that'll depend on whether or not you end up back where you started, or maybe you get an upgrade. You were working with a mind flayer. We want to know, what is his plan?
The mind flayer. You must be speaking of Nihilor. He creates these creatures that looks like a brain with a mouth and legs, and he keeps releasing them in the sewers. He doesn't speak with what he does with them. He just keeps doing it.
All right. And where does he reside?
That part he doesn't tell me. He comes to visit, or he came to visit me. I do not know enough to know where his location is. I was just an underboss.
So, your time in the Xanathar Guild, who did you report to?
I reported in the Mind Flayer, I reported to Xanathar a few times. And then I reported to Alistair.
What other Xanathar agents are working on this plan?
The plan.
The Mind Flayer's plan.
He pauses for a moment. He kind of looks up as his eyes kind of go. They go frosty for a moment, as then they come back. The Mind Flayer operates on his own, as Xanathar asks. He answers to Xanathar, but he doesn't see himself as Xanathar's underling. But it doesn't seem like he wants to usurp him either. I wouldn't get caught if those two ever went to war. I wouldn't be caught dead in between them. When it comes to whatever he's doing with those creatures, it's like his own personal hobby.
I lean over to Adrian and I ask, we got one more left.
He opens his mouth one more time. The last guy that asked the Mind Flayer what he was doing became a Mind Flayer slave. He put something in his ear. He was never the same again.
Adrian,
it's called a forget Willie.
I'm gonna.
Is his name Chekhov?
Whisper to Rain so that the half-orc doesn't hear me. Should we ask about this Alistair guy that he mentioned?
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah.
You know, it's a lead, someone alive. Maybe where to find them or where they normally operate.
Yeah. Where can we find your former boss, your former manager, as it were, Alistair?
You can find him at the empty keg in the castle ward.
Ooh, the castle ward. David, do I know the empty keg?
Yes, it's a nice, comfortable tavern.
It has a Starbucks in every corner.
Yes. That's why I love Castle Ward.
What happens then after we ask the fifth question?
He kind of gets excited. The spirit begins to kind of get positive, like, so, did I do enough to get out of Alvernus?
Well, you've certainly...
Then you see his kind of just sinks back to his body and no! And you just hear the scream as he slips back into it.
The answer would be no, son. Sorry.
It'd be a total Debbie Downer, you guys. He was so happy for a moment, and now?
Well, I'd rather him be happy for a moment before he burns in hell than just,
You think?
Yeah.
Say hi to Grandma Karen.
Very nice. Well, guess we've got ourselves a new lead, and we at least know that there is a plot afoot.
Mm-hmm. So it sounds like this Mind Flayer and Xanathar are sort of working together, but not really.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a bit of a love-hate relationship there, or at the very least, they're using one another until they no longer have a use.
Yeah.
I am a little worried about the fact that this gentleman suggested that if they come to blows, that it would not be a good place to be. So I think maybe it should be our main objective to keep that from happening.
Yeah.
Yes, let's not blow the Mind Flayer.
David, we know that Xanathar is a Mind Flayer, right?
He's a beholder.
Beholder, right, okay. We know that Xanathar is a beholder.
Yeah, Nihilor is the Mind Flayer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we know that beholders are not the most stable of individuals, right? So it may be that this is more of an inevitable thing than something that we can really stop unless we stop one of them.
All right.
Or at least someone who's not level 2 stops one of them.
I was about to say, please God, attack one of them.
Yes. Just imagining
TPK.
Imagining a Mind Flayer and a beholder fighting with one another, and it's just tentacles, tentacles and eye stalks, and just
like full slap fight.
Yeah.
That's all
like
it
is.
Dirty anime.
They just kind of rush towards each other Naruto style. You expect them to be just
all them stalks
fireworks
behind them running.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden it's just
Yep, that's what it sounds like.
Yep, that's what it sounds like.
All right. Well, should we?
Yeah. I'm a little worried about what Mr. Kavir might be doing with that mirror right now. Hopefully he's not.
It cuts over. He's like, "Do you think I'm sexy?
Would you fuck me?
Yeah.
I'd fuck me.
Would you brew potions with me?"
I'm just really, really worried about what we're going to walk in on.
It puts the mage armor on its skin, or else it gets
poor
the
ghost
armor
watching.
again.
That poor ghost watching all that shit.
Oh yeah, poor Ghost Butler.
Oh, poor Ghost Butler, please. Ghost Butler's so into this.
Just Kavir and sitting in front of the mirror singing show tunes. Well, let's. I would say at this point it's make haste for Troll Skull and get Kavir up to speed, and then see where we go from there.
All right.
And hopefully that his doppelganger is not, remember what John Scalzi says. If you can't run into contact with your doppelganger, there's only two things you can do with it. You can either kill it or you can fuck it. So let's just.
Or you can fucking kill it.
So I'm real worried about this. Real worried about this. There's really not a. This is a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario if I ever heard one.
Actually, I'm not the one you have to worry about with my mirror. Speaking of fucking or killing it, he had his eyes set on someone else.
Mm,
to fucking kill.
yeah. But yeah, so we'll hitch a ride and head home.
Okay.
Mr. Gavir, how did you get the mirror home? Did you walk? Did you flag a wagon down? Did you?
Well, how far away was it?
Isn't it like the middle of the night because we
Yes.
hunted a necromancer in a cemetery?
Pretty much yes.
Well, I would have walked out and I would have started walking in whatever direction the house was until I came across what I found as a carriage or someone who was like headed in that direction. I would have flagged them down.
All right, 10-4. And so you catch your ride to the carriage late at night. Back with the mirror. They don't really ask any questions. You're carrying a large object under a sheet in the darkness of night. They really don't care. They just want your money and to get you there.
Yep. Also,
So
if they ask too many questions, I'll just give them a 2-star review. They're a little chatty in this one.
yeah. You get back. Troll Skull's real quiet as normal at this time of night.
Mhm.
You get to the first level of the mirror. What do you do?
I guess walk in and leave it covered. I'll find a place kind of far away from windows or whatever. Put it in the corner.
All right. Sounds good.
Well, they're still asking questions. I could take it off and take a look again.
All right. You take it off. All right.
Just to inspect it.
So as you take it off, this time you see
Oh no,
a
he's talking
12-year-old.
like the other guy.
You see a 12-year-old in a brown coat and a hat.
Oh my god. I'm gonna move. Does it move?
It's you as a 12-year-old. Yeah, just like and it waves like you do. It looks like you do. Number 1 tattooed on the side of his neck.
I'm gonna get real close to
Yeah,
it.
it gets real close to the mirror too.
This is the weirdest mirror I've ever seen. Okay. Well, I guess I'll check back later. I throw it over.
On the wall in chalk. What the fuck was that written?
I don't know, Gus Butler.
That mirror radiates. I have no words. Written in chalk on the wall.
Well, it seemed important, so we're gonna keep it covered.
It draws a thumbs up.
Excellent.
Smiley face emoji.
As a matter of fact, now that I'm thinking about it, do you draw? Judging
Yes.
by the hand, it looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So you could draw like a human body.
It draws a dick.
Okay. What about the rest of it? Can you draw
Then it draws out the rest of it.
attached to it?
Yes.
To it? Okay. That's a weird place to start, but I guess that'll work.
It runs out right above the shoulders and below the knees. It drew it that large on the wall.
Excellent. This will be good for making diagrams of injuries and stuff like that for the hospital. Ugh, how long until it's daylight?
It writes 4-5 hours.
All right. Well, has anything showed up? I got the tables and the tubes.
It pauses for a second, then erases the drawing slowly. And then he goes back and writes furniture outside
Excellent.
for the elf.
For the elf. I'm going to go outside, see if there's anything out there.
On the side, you see crates and some furniture, like a workshop table, some bedroom furniture. Princess edition. It's pink, it's sparkly, it's glittery.
Oh, okay.
It is not pink, sparkly, or glittery.
Princess edition gear.
It
She's got
has those
headphones shaped like cat ears.
It has those like those drapes over the bed that are all like see through and glittery and shit.
There's no glitter, David.
Just be honest. It's Lisa Frank from Wall to Wall.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh shit! He went there.
I'm going to
rainbow colored cats and shit.
There is not. Thanks for listening to Freelance Heroism Plays Dragon Heist. If you would like to support us, please check out our Patreon. We're at patreon.com/freelance_heroism. We have different things there. Character journals, art, bloopers, stuff like that.
Our cast includes me as Dr. Kavir the Raven, Rachel as Adri the Highborn Artificer, Nate as Rain Trichet, Dockside Officiant, and of course, D-Walk as Dr. Midnight, and everybody else in the game. Thanks for listening to Freelance Heroism Plays Dragon Heist, and we don't invoice in this group. We'll be back next week with more episodes, so stay tuned. We'll just wing it.
Okay.
We'll wing it.
All right.
What do you think?
Sounds good.
Sounds good?
Yeah,
All right.
we can do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna fake confidence.
You got it.
Yeah.
Nah, fake. There's no
Totally.
fake confidence. There's real confidence.
You're right. I'm completely confident. I'm not faking
Because when you
this
say fake
at all.
confidence, you sort of eliminate the whole,
I'm not faking. I'm genuinely confident right now. This isn't me putting
Wow.
on an act of bravado.
That first part ruined it. Now I'm questioning the whole thing. All right, you ready?
Ready.